Good morning. Welcome to our Sunday morning practice in person, also live streaming at the same time. It has been about 4 years since we started our live streaming. Big gratitude to Lars, who is doing the main engineer today, and our stream team. Let's see, who's joining here today? Quick hi to Rita. Lara's joining from Ukraine. She's teaching little children in Ukraine as a volunteer teacher. Reverend Kang Song-won from Korea. Wow, he really supports what we are doing in our practice community. Thank you. Cynthia is here, Polly, Lee Gondeshaumer, Hannah Richards from Wilmington, Jody from New Jersey. We have her the ID is Chemo Exam Room. I forgot your name. May you feel better soon. Good morning, Michael, Dave. Kitty from Florida, Lynn and Al, Steve, and we will have many more friends joining us. I think some of our friends cannot leave their comments in the chat. We appreciate your presence with us. Anyone guess what is the Dharma Talk title today? Season change, what remains? That has been prepared by our longtime practitioner, Holly Won. Before listening to the talk, we practice meditation with a variety of forms of practice, starting with happy, relaxing stretching movements. So please stand up and stand in front of your mat or next to your mat. Create enough space, and welcome Rebecca, who will lead us some Qi Gong stretching movements.
Good morning. Let's start this cloudy gray day. Breathe by breathing in, bringing some energy up and down, breathing out. And feet can be shoulder width apart. Breathing in, out. In, out. And we'll start by circling our ankles, getting our bodies ready for sitting. And turn in the other direction. Maybe bend your toes a little back, which always feels good. Other ankle. Change direction. And bend the toes. Yeah, popping. All right, go move to knees. Kind of warm our hands up a little bit because it's a cold day. Okay. Just give our knees a little rub. And then move in circle our knees. Get those ready for sitting. And the other way. Okay, let's move to hips. And just move those hips in a circle, keeping your hip bones straight ahead. And you can do bigger circles if it feels good. And the other way. And think of this as drawing a circle at the plane, at this level. So your hips are just sort of moving in a circle, not your torso necessarily as much. Okay, shoulders. Shoulders, and move your elbows in a circle to loosen up our shoulders. Okay, the other way. All right, let's do a little more shoulders. I need some more work on that. Those bigger circles with our arms. And the other way. Okay. Okay, let's do breathing in, push it out, and down. Twice more. In, out, down. In, out, down. Now we'll go in, out, bend over, flat back. Grab an energy ball at the bottom. Lift it up slowly. Cross your hands. Up, down. Let's do that twice more. Push out. Flat back, bend over. Energy ball. And down. Good. Excellent. I think we'll do one Tai Chi movement. This seems to be a good day for hands moving like clouds. So we will just watch our palm, and our bodies are going to shift like that with our palm. And cross over, move to the other side. And all we're doing is shifting our weight, really. And keep a look at that palm. Oh, that looks so peaceful. You want to add a step. We'll step here. And then out. Excellent. Let's put our feet together. Lift up. Palms together. Bring it down. Thank you. Now join us for 4 bows to Dharmakaya Buddha. You can stand in front of your mat so that you can kneel on the mat itself.
With gratitude, I bow to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the infinite source of marvelous existence. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of parents, ancestors, and everyone who has given me life and nurtured me. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of fellow beings, embracing the truth of interconnectedness. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of laws, which guides us to develop justice and freedom through Dharma and universal principles.
One circle is the original source of all things in the universe, the mind seal of all the Buddhas and sages, and the original nature of all sentient beings. The realm where there is no discrimination regarding great and small, being and non-being. The realm where there is no change amid arising and ceasing, coming and going. The realm where wholesome and unwholesome karmic consequences have ceased. The realm where language, names, and signs are utterly void. Through the light of the void and calm, numinous awareness, the discrimination regarding great and small, being and non-being appears, whereupon the distinction between wholesome and unwholesome karmic consequences comes into being. Language, names, and signs also become obvious, so that the triple worlds in the 10 directions appear like a jewel in the hand. Thus, the great transformations of true voidness and marvelous existence freely conceal and reveal themselves through all things in the universe, throughout vast eons without beginning. This is the truth of Il Song. Let us deeply listen to the method of meditation and settle in the special opportunity to connect with the equanimity in our hearts and minds.
Meditation is simple and easy. Anyone can practice it. Please take time to find your most comfortable position on a mat, a bench, or in a chair. Wiggle and stretch to release any tension in your body. Then gently rock back and forth until you are balanced and settled, like a peaceful mountain. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, release any tension or uneasiness. Relax and gently bring your focus to your lower abdomen. Allow yourself to settle into belly breathing. As you breathe in, your lower belly gently expands. When you release your breath, your lower belly gently shrinks. Our lower belly is the home of our whole body. It is the storehouse of our vital Qi energy. We call it the Tanjan, our Qi energy field. Take a moment to breathe deeply from your Tanjan. Settle your mind and focus there. As you softly breathe in and release, gradually strengthen your lower back and open your chest and heart. You may notice your spine adjusting and straightening. As you feel strengthened and centered, align your ears with your shoulders and let your shoulders melt down away from your neck. Tuck your chin in slightly. Let your eyelids relax and gently drift downward to a place of ease. Enjoy the sensation of your arms and hands relaxing. Now bring your awareness to your tongue. Place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth, right behind your two front teeth. When your tongue rests there, pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. This is a delightful sign of cool energy ascending. Smile at your calm and clear spirit. If your face or body begins to itch, simply observe the itching and let it pass. If your legs ache unbearably, you may change position very slowly and quietly, so you maintain a calm stillness and honor the silent practice of those around you. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not play with them. As you exhale, let them float away like clouds, or invite them to settle down and meditate with you. Continue to bring your awareness back to your Danjan abiding breath. When your mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused, and at peace, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation. You will be free from the distinction between yourself and others and the limits of time and place. We are grateful to sit quietly together, finding the still point within. May we be here now, deeply aware of our ever calm, ever alert spirit.
Yongju, page 4, prayer chant. Prayer for world peace. Grace of heaven and earth, grace of parents, grace of fellow beings, grace of laws, O Dharma Kaya Buddha, fourfold grace. May we take refuge in Dharma and be filled with compassion and wisdom. May we transform delusion into wisdom, greed into generosity, resentment into gratitude, discord into harmony, and hatred into compassion. May all nations grow and benefit mutually. May the strong help the weak, and may the weak learn and evolve according to Dharma. May all those who have died from world conflicts and disasters be delivered from all obstacles and be at rest. May there be peace throughout the world, and may all beings enjoy tranquility and happiness, living in their original true nature. This we pray with our whole hearts.
Won Buddhist.
world, where my feet walk on the earth, where my voice echoes through the hills, and in all realms where my heart and mind reach, that we all together share true affinity for attaining great enlightenment and for helping all living beings. Sutra chanting, Il Wan Sang vow. Page 9. Feel free to join us chanting anytime. You can just read or chant each syllable. And you are welcome to harmonize as you feel moved to so. Il Wan Sang vow. Samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings, and lost the true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, unenlightened people, and sentient beings. The one manifest as both permanence and impermanence, viewed as permanence, till one unfolds into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is, viewed as impermanence, till one unfolds into infinite worlds through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies in the four forms of birth. We transform through the six realms of existence, progressing or regressing, with grace arising from harm or harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings proud to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Il Wan Sang, the Dharmakaya Buddha, by cultivating our minds and bodies deeply, knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, and using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, and receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain the great empowerment of Il Wan and become one with the nature of Il
morning, our good temple friend, Holly North, Won Yu, will share her Dharma talk, Seasons Change, What Remains. Let us practice deep listening as we welcome Holly.
Good morning. My name is Holly North. My Dharma name is Won Yu. I have a question to go with my talk. The question is, seasons change, what remains? Seasons change, what remains? A famous quote from the Greek philosopher Heraclitus is, change is the only constant in life. While yes, this is true of the material world, is there a realm where eternal happiness is the only constant? I have struggled this past year finding balance between work and spiritual practice. I am ready for a season of change. In the spring of this year, I started writing a Dharma talk from the Doctrine of the Founding Master, Chapter 2, Verse 19. In this verse, Master Sotasan talks about ordinary people working hard for survival, yet not knowing the source of which material wealth arises. I sat with this verse through the summer and fall. I have come to share my experience. What I learned is that true happiness resides within us and not outside us. In verse 19, the Founding Master says, the lives of ordinary people are concerned with working hard to find clothing, food, and shelter, but not with seeking out the principle by which that clothing, food, and shelter appears. This is really a shame. If one needs the physical bodies, clothing, food, and shelter, isn't it even more the case that one requires the power of the spiritual requisites of the one mind, knowledge, and implementation that control the physical life? The spiritual requisites mentioned here are addressing the threefold study. The one mind is cultivated in the threefold study. It is described as clear, calm, round, and tranquil. Knowledge is called inquiry in the threefold study. It is knowing our spiritual nature and understanding the fundamental principles that govern the universe. Everything in the material world is viewed as separate and changing like the seasons. The one mind, Il-Wan, is the original essence of all things in the universe and is ever present in all things. Implementation is known as action in the threefold study. By choosing beneficial actions, we create a life for the betterment of ourselves and others. This passage relates to a personal struggle of mine, of manifesting the things I need for my human existence. I continually loop back to the same financial issues over and over again. Hence the reason for my overcommitted schedule. This is frustrating to me because I know I am creating in this way. I now understand that I have been putting my focus in the wrong direction. I was looking outside of myself instead of within. When Reverend Won Gang and I talked in the spring, I expressed my difficulties with this passage. She said that true wealth is being content. After our meeting, I started writing a Dharma talk titled, Are You Content? I'm going to share a little of what I wrote then. If I look around me, I live very well. I have the ideal life. I have a girl, a boy, a husband, a dog, and lots of friends. Our backyard is a Shangri-La that we created with lush gardens. We have a home that is comfortable and suits our family. I have an art studio in the backyard. People are always giving me clothes. We eat as good, if not better, than any restaurant with our yummy homemade meals. I have all of these things, but why am I still not content? I continued looking for contentment throughout the summer months. I was able to remain in a satisfied state until fall arrived and a few major things broke around the house and with our cars. The contentment that I was feeling went straight out the door. Anxiety and fear hit me like a 4-ton truck. The same debilitating conflict had returned to glare its beady eyes in my direction. Feelings of gratitude turned into feelings of worthlessness and despair. The season of contentment turned into a season of discontentment. I had another disappointment while we were gone over the summer. We returned home to our backyard sanctuary being completely altered. The house directly behind us had all of the trees cut down that were the buffer between our house and the subdivision behind us. Instead of having privacy and shade, it felt bare and exposed. I'm still having a hard time adjusting to this change. The things I cherish can vanish as quickly as the trees in my backyard. I realized that what I was content with during the summer were all things outside of me. It was easy to be focused on the good when everything was going smoothly. Material wealth can be stripped from us in an instant, and all we have can disappear like leaves from the trees in fall. Master Sotasan states in Chapter 8, Buddhahood, verse 15, "Moreover, worldly happiness eventually must come to an end. The impartial law laid down by heaven is that what comes will go. What is prosperous will decline, and what is born will die. Even if a person possesses the most wealth, honor, fame, and reputation under heaven, no one has the power to resist old age, sickness, and death. When one's physical body finally dies, one's spouse and children, property and position, and indeed everything in which one previously invested all one's efforts and desires, will scatter like floating clouds. However, since the happiness of heaven is originally recognized and achieved through the formless mind, that happiness will never change, even if you change bodies." Did you hear that? The happiness of the formless mind never changes. I believe Reverend Won Gong gave me good advice. Being content is true wealth. What I'm learning is that I need to find contentment within myself by seeing the one mind, the formless mind, which is my true nature. What remains when the seasons change? This winter, I plan to focus on true wealth. I have been adjusting my schedule to make this possible. I signed up for a week-long meditation retreat at the Won Dharma Center at the end of January. I've never been on a week-long retreat before and look forward to the spiritual wealth I may gain from this experience. When I return to the clear, formless mind through meditation, my doubts and fears will melt away like snow in the midday sun. I have noticed that the more I grow in spirit, the less I live in lack and fear. I have been discontent trying to control outcomes instead of being in a calm, present state of being. I feel stretched thin, struggling to maintain all of my commitments. Working hard has taken the place of my spiritual practice over this past year. In this changing season of my life journey, I plan to cultivate a well-rounded spirit by making more space for my spiritual practice. I know that all I need will be provided for when I trust in the eternal force. I will continue to be grateful for my blessings. The big difference is what I plan to focus on. I plan to grow in my spiritual focus and remain in this awareness while I conduct my daily life. We are on this path together. Although your suffering may be different from mine, I believe that we have our personal struggles to get us closer to oneness. We can get through life's changes when we find unwavering power from within. What remains, my friends, when the seasons change? The answer may be clear to you. The key is cultivating this knowledge and putting it into action, as in the threefold study. I believe our eternal world reflects our inner world. Therefore, I am cultivating peace and contentment from within as my spiritual practice. Next spring, there will be new growth in the garden. Summer will bring an abundant bouquet of beautiful flowers. When fall comes, I will reap a bountiful harvest of well-being and equanimity, along with a harvest of spiritual harmony and abundance. I believe my material needs will be met in turn. When the seasons change, eternal peace and happiness will remain.
Thank you, Holly, for that graceful and important reminder that we are already that which we seek, which is really counterintuitive given what we're taught growing up and throughout life, that it's important to strive hard in order to be safe and secure, those things that we need, food, clothing, and shelter. You're suggesting, well, that might be true, but backwards. And all that activity of procuring and striving obscures the presence that what we're looking for is our birthright. It's not then that we wouldn't do the necessary things like study hard or save for retirement. It's just that we wouldn't be doing them out of fear, out of lack. We would watch it unfold as our understanding of who we truly are deepens. And then when those things come along, that things break and we've got unexpected expenses, there's less likelihood that we'll be knocked off balance. Friends at home, during the next few minutes, you are welcome to continue enjoying your contemplation or share your takeaways from Holly's talk in the live chat. Those of us here in the Dharma Hall, please pair up in groups of 2 or 3 and share your thoughts and takeaways with each other.
Thank you for your Dharma conversation with the friends with the open minds and hearts and deep listening. Today, Patty, who has been practicing with us more than 15 years, will share mini Dharma Talk and Temple Report of 2023. Please welcome Patty, 원은혜와 화타원님.
Good morning, everyone. My Dharma name is Won Buddhist. And Holly, thank you so much for your Dharma talk, your Dharma talk today, because I'm also here to talk about finances and seasonal changes. December is really a time to reflect back on 2023 and ask ourselves what we truly value and what we have that we can share with others. I've been thinking about donations, and I'll give you a few reasons why you might want to donate to the temple. One of the quintessential Buddhist teachings are called the 6 paramitas, usually translated as the 6 perfections. They are attributes that we strive to develop, and they include humility, diligence, concentration, ethics, wisdom, and generosity. Generosity is typically and traditionally listed as the first of the 6 perfections because it is thought to serve as a gateway to all the others. Another reason for donating is that, according to religious leaders and psychologists alike, a great sense of well-being can result from acts of generosity. I know that when I donate to the temple, and when I do it out of gratitude rather than a sense of duty, it makes me feel happy. How many of you have looked around your house or in your garage, if you have one, and think, I've got too much stuff. I've got to get rid of some of this stuff. Well, perhaps giving to the temple can help in not acquiring so much stuff in the first place. I also think that donating can serve as an antidote to the rampant advertising and mass consumption that we see all around us, especially this time of year. In case you are not aware, we receive no funding whatsoever from the Won Buddhist headquarters, either here in the United States or in Korea. And thus, we are totally dependent upon your generosity for all of our programs and activities. Unlike many religious organizations, we don't ask you to fill out a pledge card, we don't suggest you donate a certain percentage of your income, and we don't pass a plate around during the Dharma services. So please consider becoming a regular contributor. As with any organization, regular monthly donations are the best way to ensure a predictable and stable financial base. Monthly support does not have to be a big commitment. A modest amount coming from your heart is appreciated and helpful. Over the years, I have had the opportunity to note how our reverends respond with deep gratitude for each and every donation, no matter how small. In fact, our reverends are such careful managers of your donations that they hate paying PayPal fees. So please see the donations page on our website, www.WonBuddhismNC.org/donations. And there you can find alternatives to PayPal and other details about becoming a sustainer. Also note that we are an official 501c3 organization, so all your donations, including in-kind donations, are tax deductible. In the chapter on Buddhahood, in the scripture of the founding master, Sotasan states, quote, "Where loving kindness and compassion reach, the ignorant minds of sentient beings begin to melt away into the mind of wisdom, and the mind of miserliness and greed melts away into the mind of generous charity. Your presence and your donations and your amazing volunteering of your time and energy are truly the backbone of this Sangha, and the temple is so grateful for your support. Thank you. And Zoe, I think maybe, do you have some more announcements?
Yes, you do. Thank you all so much for practicing with us today on this dreary and rainy day. This afternoon at 4 p.m., our sister temple will have a meditation incorporating yoga, so please come to that. And December is a month of many opportunities at the temple. On the 21st, we have the winter solstice retreat, and our letting go service and ceremony is on the 31st of December, so please come to that. And this month is also a great time to sign up for the Turtle Chart Dharma course led by Reverend Won Buddhist. And these will be offered on Wednesday evening starting on January 10th. So for more information, you can go to the website to find out about that. And please support our temple's wholehearted work on the YouTube channel by subscribing. You can find this card in the foyer if you're in person, or you can just click the subscribe button if you're online today. We would be so grateful for your support in that way. So now let us bless each other with our morning prayer song on page 13.
One more announcement. We have a plan for the young adult gathering meditation in retreat in January. We never done that this before. That has the program of the cooking class. So 3 hours, Happy New Year intention meditation. Oh, I like the New Year intention meditation. And then making kimbap, cooking class, eating together. So if you are, how old? From 18 to 28, or if you want to be in the age group, all are welcome to, we have a little flyer information outside. Let's raise our right hand up high, and then left hand arm high, stretch tall, and now turn around towards Mr. Sony and wave hands. Thank you. Happy December. See you again next week.
you.